Hello there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be on this. Let me check here. On this Friday morning, Friday night. This is, of course, a show that we hopefully affectionately call Sketching Past Midnight Live. And I am your host, CB Smallwood, here with you this evening. Or this night. Or this morning. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right. Let me hit a few buttons here, close a few doors. Probably should have prepped a little bit beforehand. I mean, I did watch the countdown clock count down as the intro was slowly chugging away there. I had ample opportunity to do whatever it is that I was going to do, but here we are talking about that instead of what we should be talking about. Okay, well, I got a few news headlines prepared. Hopefully, I can share these with you. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna do this. Now you're gonna look at this. I wish you could just share multiple screens or have those ready. Let's see. There we go. We can look at all the bells and whistles. How you like that? All right, there. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the news of the day. Okay, well, news of the day. Archaeologists believe they've discovered the tomb of Santa Claus. And this was written by Katie Serena, and this comes to us courtesy of ATI, allthat'sinteresting.com. A team at St. Nicholas Church in Demir, Turkey, has found an intriguing shrine beneath the floors, previously unseen due to the tiled floor's intricate mosaic. Let's look at this picture here. Must have been really something to look at back in the day. You know, one of these things that people are just now starting to realize, a lot of ancient temples and ancient cities, places like Rome, were actually extremely colorful and gaudy looking. Not this, antique white looking society. But anyway, the new Christmas story, Santa is a ghost. Okay, where are we going with this? It must be because, according to archaeologists in Turkey, they found his grave buried beneath St. Nicholas Church in the town of Demir. For centuries, the location of the grave of St. Nicholas of Myra, the inspiration for the modern-day Santa Claus, has been contested. Historical records have claimed that he was buried at the church that bears his name, but extensive searches of the grounds revealed nothing of substance. Meanwhile, many people believed that his remains had been smuggled out of the church by the Italian merchants during medieval times. After all, there was an empty grave in the building that had been clearly been looted, and the body of a man thought to be St. Nicholas was laid to rest in Italy during the Crusades. However, the head of Antalya's Monument Authority, probably butchering these names, Camille Carabarium, told the local news that he and his team had found a shrine beneath the floors of St. Nicholas Church, previously unseen due to the tile floor's intricate mosaic, as the headline had said earlier. He said that they found the shrine during a routine survey. They uncovered what they believed to be a tomb, which may hold the remains of the real St. Nicholas. As for the man laid to rest in Italy, well, some experts now say those remains belong to another person, and the grave once thought to hold St. Nicholas may have been held by someone else. Though the discovery has yet to be proven via excavation, Mr. Kara is determined to follow through with the next step, even though it will be a long, tedious, and complicated process to complete. All right, so that's pretty much all that story. No need to go further, But we do have, I do have prepared for you one other bit of weird news. And that is this. This comes from the AP News. Author Anonymous, apparently. The home that inspired The Conjuring sells for more than $1.5 million. It's a lot of money. And I have to say, this house does look a bit creepy. So whoever took this photograph, well done. Burrillville, is that it? Burrillville, Rhode Island. The Rhode Island farmhouse that inspired the 2013 horror movie The Conjuring has been sold to a Boston developer who plans to keep it open to the public. The 18th century home of Burrillville sold for $1.5 million on Thursday for far higher than the $1.2 million asking price. The purchase is personal for me, said buyer Jacqueline Nunez, owner of the Wonder Group LLC, told the Boston Globe. It's not a real estate development. It's around my beliefs. Nunez and the couple who sold the home, Corey and Jennifer Heinzen, jointly announced the sale on Facebook. Nunez plans to continue the paranormal business the Heinzen started. Guests will be able to continue the nightly paranormal investigations. Day tours will resume, and there will be live stream events. The Heinzens, who bought the home in 2019, will remain involved. The movie wasn't filmed at the home, but was based on the experiences of a family that lived there in the 70s. Nunez says that she's not afraid of the house. I don't believe the energy here is malevolent. Things will happen here that will startle me, but not harm me. I look forward to experiencing things. That sounds like the start of a good movie. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to stop sharing the screen so we can reshare the screen. All right. And let me take a look at a few comments here that may have gathered. Our most excellent friend Sideburns is here with us. He says, "Hi CB, reception ain't good where I'm at, but hope you're doing well. I'm thinking of taking time off of YouTube for a month, posting and streams and such." Well, I am doing well. Thanks for asking, and I hear you on taking time off from YouTube and stuff like that. I feel like if gosh, I don't know what to say, but like if you're a YouTuber or something like that, which I feel like a part-time YouTuber more than anything, I recommend, every once in a blue moon, taking a break, kind of recharge your batteries. At least, I do for myself. Sometimes, doing the whole YouTube thing can actually produce, anxiety, like I gotta make some type of content. I gotta grow this channel, and then it doesn't grow. It's like, what am I doing wrong? Now, but anyway, there's more than just that. There's live stuff and all kinds of different things, and also if you add on top of that, you're an indie comic creator or something of that sort. YouTube can actually get in the way of you drawing. But oddly enough, these live streams, YouTube can be helpful and productive and actually getting stuff done. I usually don't do a lot of like drawing streams like I should. I may have to do more of that. I think what it is, I try to do more of a kind of like a show thing and like to have things all presented, but I'm just going to have to let that go for a while, just so I can get stuff done. Now, if you bear with me, I'm going to try to letter this comic, and I have absolutely no clue whatsoever of what I'm going to write. I have no script. The reason I don't have a script is because I know the basic story of what I've drawn here. What I want to do is I look at it and I let the page tell me what it is that I'm supposed to write. And I kind of go from there, But sorry about yawning. I've been on an early morning schedule, so it's kind of thrown me out of whack. Yeah, let's remove that layer. Let's get it out of here. I need a vector layer. And let me rename this. I'm going to call it balloons. Well, whatever. I can't spell anymore. Balloons. Balloons? I guess so. I don't know. I need to get my layer set up here, get it ready to go. Let's see. Layer style. I need to click this last box that says stroke. Bring this down to 3. I guess so. We're ready. We're good to go. And check this out. Now, let me change this color. I need to make this black. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess. I can just do something like this. Bam, I got a box. I can do another one here too. Oh boy. Let's see, Ctrl Z. Let's get rid of that. Let's see. I think I'd kind of like him to say something here. Maybe I can move that balloon around. Doesn't matter. And let's see. Where am I going to put this dialog box at? I can move it around later. Doesn't matter. I love how I give myself plenty of space to write things. Very thoughtful of you, CB. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know. I have to think about it. The cool thing is with this creator program, I can just move these balloons and boxes around at my whim. I can make them bigger. I can make them smaller. It's just pretty cool. Let's see. Sideburns writes, wise words. I think I'll do a stream and announce it at that time. Yes. Get back to my work here. Okay, yeah. So let me think. Oh yeah, I remember I was going to turn on some music so that way any silence I have wouldn't be so so what? I don't know. Let's see what kind of music we got here. Is it playing? Is that playing? Cinematic? We got dance pop. Wonder what that sounds like. Daydreaming. I kind of like that. That sounds nice. So anyway, if there's any audio issues or anything, you can just let me know in the chat for anyone that may be happening to watch this live. So what have I been up to? For those of you that are curious, well, I've been working on the Wildcat comic, as you know, the anthology. I've gotten roughly, I don't know, 30 pages done or so, you know, and pretty much what's left is this stuff right here. Oh, let me go through my fonts here. I got a bunch of them. But not many for lettering, oddly enough. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's on 10. I don't know. I can't remember. Ugh. 10 might be a bit too big. I don't know. I can use this one vector layer for all my actual lettering. That's pretty cool, right? And if it's like, I'll take us through a scroll of the anthology thus far, you know, of what I've, you know, some of my contributions. If I can get everything to pull up. I don't know if you can see any of this. I don't think you can. Nope, it's not showing it. I have to open a new window and share a new screen. I better not do that just yet. Spain Comic says music. Well, that's good. Awesome. Glad to have you here. All right. I'll try to hold a conversation here in a second. Let me put my thinking cap on. Golly, what happened to this window? This thing's, there we go. All right. Yeah, but that's not what I got. Jens might not be able to read this because of the sizing issue and stuff like that. So I'll just tell you what I wrote. I've written the tall looming figure taps upon the console. Anyway, it's probably not a good idea to put that because you can see that he's already doing that, you know. And so every once in a while I run into these problems where I'm describing what you're already seeing. I feel like sometimes Stan Lee would do that, and you know, you can't go wrong with Stan Lee, right? But I gotta do a little bit better. So this is just something to get started. Console. Homes with life. Console homes with life. Each stroke. What is a stroke? When I think of a stroke, it's more like, you know, like you're stroking a cat. So with each press. Another word for button. No. A console hums with life. Console hums with life as each oh boy, you know, writing live is kind of hard. When you get a chance, I'd like to see if you made the lettering revisions on page 7 or a contribution in the final version of page 8. No, I've not done that yet. I'm going to, though. I was trying to get a bunch of other stuff done, but I'll do that. But I haven't forgotten. I went and I've taken everybody's revisions that they had for the first 2 pages that I've done of this stuff, and I've fixed those. The only thing I haven't done is replace the lettering style, the font style that RJ was recommending. And the only reason for that is like the letters that I have, like the thinner fonts, I don't feel comfortable with them. I don't feel like they look good enough, and it's kind of like the best I could do. I was fairly happy with it overall, but so I can always go back and change it if it's too gaudy for readers. But anyway, but what you was asking me, Despain, is about the page 7, page 8 of our contribution, and but I will get. I guess that my point of bringing that stuff is bringing up that other stuff is I will get to it. I haven't forgot. It's still fresh in my mind. I'll tell you something else interesting about this, well, Krita thing, or another little, maybe a semi-pro tip, is, let me hit save here for a second and close. Can you see where it says a console homes with life as each press of a blah, 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 and how it's got that big wide space in it? Well, I know you're not going to be able to see this next part because it opens up a new dialog box, but you actually have to, kind of minimize the spacing between the letters. You have to kind of do that semi-manually. Even though it's a bit of kind of slows you down a little bit, I really like lettering on Krita. I think it's pretty cool. I can go to this dialog box, stretch it out to where I need it to be, move it around. I kind of like to put my things up in a corner. I don't know if that's like a standard thing to do to kind of get out of the way of the art. Move my letters here. And I do try to leave a little bit of space between the top and the bottom and have everything evenly spaced. But sometimes I make it a little tight. I think regular letters are a little bit more lettering, might have a lot more space, but I'm just trying not to obscure much of the art and cram a lot more in it. I don't know. That might be a dumb way to do it. I'm still learning, Console homes with homes. Come on now, don't mess with me. Homes to life. With press of it's with each press of its buttons. Gosh, that's terrible. That's awful. But I'm gonna leave that in there. That's kind of like filler, because I can go back and change it. This is just for me to get started, to have you kind of have something to work from. So console homes to life with each press of its buttons. Let's see here. Oh, I know what to do here. Okay, wait a minute. There's that one. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm writing some text here. My poor computer can't handle all this YouTube stuff and Krita and all these open tabs. It's being overloaded. Dot. There we go. I need to figure out some way to where, and again, you can't really see what it is that I'm doing, but in these, in this little pop-up box where I can edit the text, it always goes back to Ubuntu as the default text, and I wish I could just fix it to the lettering font. That would save. Of all the things, my biggest criticism with Krita is that, wish it'd be a big time saver. All right, I'm getting ready to take a momentary break. Not from streaming, just maybe from lettering, just so I can conversate with all of you. Like I said, this is a rough draft. Okay, people. Okay, peoples. Really rough draft. You're seeing this live as it's happening. This page and every other page that I write from here on out, it's going to be the hard ones. I like the idea of the lettering kind of breaking the borders a little bit. Okay. All right, mental break time. Oh, man. So, how's everyone been doing? Those that are watching live and those that are in the chat and those that are going to be watching the replay. I hope you're all doing well. I heard how Sideburns is doing. Getting ready to take him a break. It is. It is. It's a rough draft. I'm still working on it. Oh, but oh man. I'm in a interesting place right now. It's like I've got this summer off, and I probably won't be returning to my prior job. And right now I'm working the weekends at a restaurant, and I got a nice tidy sum of money coming through the summer. And after that, I don't know what to do. I've signed up to do a coding course. It's like a free coding course. It's worth about supposedly like $2,000, and it takes up like 3 or 4 months of your time. And it starts sometime in the fall, and kind of nervous about that. For all I know, it probably won't work out. But it'd be a good opportunity to learn to code and do all these things, kind of better myself, my family, and all that good stuff. But the reason I bring it up is just interesting, because I've spent roughly about I don't know, about 20, 25 years, maybe more, of my life, working for employers that never really appreciate your work, and this ain't going to be one of these things where there's a guy that complains that all his ex-wives are the problem when it's really just him. No. I'm not the only one that feels this way. I know many of you have probably felt this way too, where it's like you give a lot of your time and effort to your employer, whoever that may be, and more than one. I think most Americans, I can't remember what the average was. We go through a lot of jobs in our lifetime. I don't know what it's like in worldwide, but we cycle through a lot. And I think there's reasons for that. We're just more often than not, as workers, we're underappreciated, overworked. And if you're a good worker, especially, you get rewarded with harder work, and the ones that don't want to work get rewarded with less laborious jobs, that type of thing. Like, CB, you're a bitter man. No, I'm not. It's not so much that I'm bitter. It's just that I'm broken. I'm a broken man. That's what I am. Just tired of the grind, And it's like, for what, It's like, what do I have to show for it? What does anybody have to show for it? Gosh, that's terrible. Let me see. There's a guy recently at work. He had worked for 40 years. Started out as a teacher. Worked a long time as a teacher. And in the last, maybe 5 to 10 years, been a bus driver. But he was also a bus driver and a teacher, throughout the whole thing. But in the last 5 to 10 years, he was exclusively a teacher. And, they brought everybody into the library, and they had this feast prepared for him, which was basically, they had ordered, they had like this big pile of sausage biscuits that they had gotten from Dairy Queen, 2 pitchers of orange juice, and I think a cake, and This was shared amongst everyone in the room. He, as far as I know, he wasn't given any gifts. He wasn't handed any money. There speeches were given. Pretty much the whole thing in the library lasted maybe 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, if you think about it, somebody spends 40 years of their life at a job, and as they're leaving and getting ready to go out the door, their goodbye only lasts like 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, but then you might say, maybe, how long should a goodbye go on for? I mean, like, you can only say so many things, and I guess that's true. That's fair. I get that. Okay, I think I know what I want to do with that. Let's see. I kind of thinking as I'm writing here. I'm a writing man. But that guy, 40 years of his life, and gets that kind of send off. It's not horrible, but I mean, he will be getting retirement, so I guess there's that. That's pretty good. But what is he, like, in his 60s or 70s? I mean, of course, you guys don't know, but that's what he looked like to me. And so, how much of his life does he get to enjoy with that retirement? It's just stuff to think about, and I'm thinking a lot about that sort of thing. I'm not a spring chicken no more. My body's starting to act weird. Entropy is starting to set in. And everything's breaking down, and unless you get like stem cells or some miracle, it's kind of like where it's going, And so I often think, about old Brian. If I even make it to old age, who knows? We really don't know. I mean, I see the obituaries every day. Not immune to it. Facebook lets me know everybody and their mother's dying. It's kind of depressing. I'm depressing. I'm sorry. But something that weighs heavy on my mind, And I have friends that tell me that maybe I should, work these jobs at, factories and stuff like that, as my next job choice. But I'm not too keen on those either, because it's like, make good money, but you don't really have time to live. But, there are some jobs where you do have time to live and make good money, but it's arduous work. And then I think about the wear and tear of my body, like this year, my back started acting funny. I sustained some type of injury, and I don't know what happened. It was just very weird, very odd. And I don't know what to make of it. Eventually it did heal over time, and I basically had to walk around like a robot to protect that injury. because I had no clue what caused it. I didn't know if it was a tear, if it was some type of sprain, if it was a pinched nerve in my back, in my spine. Don't know, but it did get better. But it's like where it was so mysterious. It's like, wow, I don't know what to think about this. So, it's giving me pause. It's giving me a lot to think about. I mean, no matter where I go, employers are going to use and abuse me, and the best I can hope for from most of them is the words "good job," which, as you get older, or at least for me, I don't want to hear "good job" anymore. I want to see my pay go up in my check. That's where it counts. Salazar, Art Nation, glad to have you here. He says, hey, CB. Hey, bud. I'm just in the mood to bring everybody down tonight. Or in the morning, whenever everybody happens to watch this. But I don't know, got a lot on my mind. I've been thinking a lot about this Wildcat anthology, this comic that I'm working on right now, and the follow-up to this, which is the Wildcat first issue. It's like in some ways I kind of wish I knew, when or if my comic book career, ever takes off. It worries me, like if I could just make $20,000 a year, somewhere in there, 15, maybe 13, it would justify me quitting all jobs and just focusing on comics, and hopefully I could raise that income every year, build a name for myself. Let me fix this lettering. Let's see. Well, on an uplifting note, as I struggle to find what that is, where I'm nearing the completion of the Wildcat anthology. Everybody's working hard on it. People are finishing up the art, and others are getting started on the lettering, and I expect a lot of that should get done here fairly reasonably soon. And we'll be launching the anthology here in this month, in the month of June. Will it get fulfilled? Lord, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm very pessimistic about it. Maybe it's just my way of lowering my expectations, so I will not. I don't know. Sorry, I'm writing. Apollo. Geez. Apologies. So I'm kind of nervous and anxious about that, I don't know how any of that's gonna pan out, But I can say on the good news that whether the anthology funds or not, it is coming out. People are going to be able to see it in a digital format. People are going to be able to, I guess, at some point look at it, online, and it's going to be in print. People are going to be able to buy a copy if they want to or not. So it's a thing. It's a thing that's going to happen whether it gets funded or not. That's the beauty of print on demand and also digital comics, is it makes it possible to do that. And I kind of see the Wildcat anthology as like a kind of like a primer, as a start. Getting people familiar with Wildcat, kind of like the gist of who he is and what he's about, And, beyond that, I've mentioned this before, but I've started working on drawing pages for the Wildcat first issue thingamajigger for Dead Man Walking, and that's going fairly decent, but I'm kind of holed up on one important part of the story. That's held me up forever, and I'm getting it figured out. A terrific friend, Ape Sapien, says, "Hey y'all, I'm glad to have you here." If you've come at a worse time, this is going to be the downer episode of Sketching Past Midnight Live. I'm talking live hard here. Was talking about work, about the nature of giving your all to different employers and not really having anything to show for it, and and what to do about that. I think we all struggle with that. Most of us, maybe not all of us. Some of us are living our dream jobs today, but but for the rest of us, it's kind of it's rough. A lot of us are trying to scheme and scam and trying to figure out, how we get our piece of the pie so we can not worry financially, be kind of set and have more freedom to pursue happiness or whatever, you know. But, I think it's all part of the great big lie that some of us millennials and what do you call that other generation? That is below millennials. Blah, 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 blah. See, I was born in the early 80s, so I don't know if I qualify as a millennial. I'm born in a weird time where I'm not quite yet Generation X, but I'm not quite millennial either. I'm born like in roughly like 82, so not roughly, but actually. So it's, I'm in a weird little spot. Abe Sapien writes, I had a night off, thought I'd jump in. I'm glad that you did, and it's good to hear from you. Got my dog barking. I don't know what he's barking about. Kind of a bad time because I know you can't really see right now. You might not want this visual, but I'm I'm sitting here with tennis shoes on, underwear, and a shirt. It's got a Wildcat on the shirt though, so that's pretty cool. So if I had to go outside and deal with a prowler, it'd make a great episode for cops. When the cops show up, either because the other guy's in a body bag or I am. There I am in my underwear. I think to complete it, whoever my attacker or assailant is, he needs to have no shirt on. So that way the cops can sit him down on the curb and make a good episode. Abe writes, I'm on third shift weekends fighting imposter syndrome. I can do most of the work, but feel in over my head. I'm not familiar with imposter syndrome right off. Can you fill me in on that? I would Google it at the moment, but I'm kind of like the way my screens are set up, it makes it hard. But I hear you about being in over your head sometimes at work, It's just frustrating, myself, I kind of wish that it's kind of hard, how can you be fair to your employer, and also be treated right, and it just everything's fair for everybody, and there's not really much of a way to make it fair for everybody as part of the workforce, that sort of thing. It's somebody has to be on the losing end a little bit. I've come up with ideas. I thought about making a YouTube video about some of my ideas of how I'd like to fix things, and in some ways I wish we were a little bit more European, with how we do work. It seemed like I remember reading or seeing, maybe it was Italy. It was some European country. I'm leaning toward Italy or Greece. I'm going to say Italy though, where like everybody are roughly about the same time every day. Most everybody, they take like an hour, 2 hour lunch break or something. They all go home and they cook a big dinner and they go back to work. It's just that's so interesting to me, the idea of that. Here in America, people are given like a 30-minute break required by law that they have to be given. At the bare minimum was 30 minutes. And then depending on how long you're there, maybe a 10 to 15 minute break ever so often. Also known as smoke breaks. row. It's like, people work 5 days a week. Some people work 40 hours a week, and other people work 60 to almost 80 hours a week, just try to meet ends meet, and often you have both parents working, and it's and for what, most of us don't have anything to show for it. We're still in debt, can't save money, got the inflation going on here lately, going strong actually, gas prices up, you got all these food suppliers, farms mysteriously burning up, going up in flames all across the country. What's the deal with that? That's interesting. Hard times makes hard men. In response to my question, Abe writes, in a job as an industrial mechanic, fixing easy stuff, adjusting chains and stuff like that, but have a lot of eyes on me thinking I know how to fix everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes you have some employers that have so much unrealistic expectations, where they expect people to be Superman. And depending on the job you get, some people have to have training that they get from school before they can take a certain job, or if it's like restaurant work or factory work, you get trained there, at those places. But you're only as good as you're trained. You can't know everything. And there's some employers that just have such unrealistic expectations, like they push it to its zenith. Abe Sapien writes, the gray tones and inks look good, CB. Oh, thank you. Can't take all the credit. The inks is me, but the gray tones we're done. But the fantastic one, R.J. Johnston, he's the one that did it, and he's helped out a lot with stuff. And I really feel like his gray tones really it looked good before, but I feel like, his gray tones made it a comic. It made it really stand out and made things pop. Talking worker rights here. Worker rights. Oh man. So anyway, I'm getting ready to end the video. I just wanted to kind of say hello to everybody and kind of let you know what I'm doing. Figured I'd whine and opine and share a little bit of weird news with you. And also, before anyone leaves, I want to encourage you to check out something. Give me 1 second and I'll show you. So basically what I want to show you is Odysee, and I'll get that pulled up here. And I think, many of you may not be familiar with it yet, and I think it's really cool. And I think it's really, we'll really enjoy it if you give it a chance. I think it's like the next big thing. There you go. There's this is Odysee. In the upper left-hand corner, you see Odyssee. So that's how you spell it. You don't actually spell it the proper spelling. So it's Odysee.com, I think. And basically, it's exactly the same as YouTube, but there are a few differences. I know you can't really see because of the logo, but here in the upper right, I have about 217 crypto for that I've earned overall on this platform. The cool thing is, if we scroll down here, we got different things like pop culture and stuff. We scroll down to artist. There's one of my videos on the front page of this website, and I'm telling you, you can do this too. If I can do it, you can do it 10 times better, And the neat thing is, like, I'm going to show you the guts of this thing of Odysee. We're going to look at the guts of it. My video that I put a lot of hard work into editing and putting together and stuff. Beware the Godry Low. It's a creepypasta drawing video. On Odysee, I have 171 views, and I think on YouTube I have 30, which is basically roughly all my active subscribers on YouTube. So YouTube doesn't really promote my videos on the platform for the most part. And here's another video. I don't know if it's going to say this or not. Let me check here. Yeah. This draw people in perspective easy using the Jack Kirby method has 511 views on YouTube, around 30 or 40 views. The Mandela effect, I'm not sure on this one. Skeletor Sings, popular. I think it has 4,000 views on YouTube, and it's garnered 318 views. But you have to keep in mind, these videos have only been up on the platform or promoted on the platform in the last month or so. So for them to have that number of views in that short of time is staggering. It's really good. My good comic book reads did not do well on Odysee, though. It got 76 views compared to YouTube's 30 or 40. So nobody's really interested in hearing my opinions on the good comic book reads. So there's that. But I love the platform. I can earn crypto. You go to Creator Analytics, it shows that I have 138 followers, and I've only been doing this for about a year, or six months to a year. I have 138 followers compared to my 550 followers on YouTube. Their analytics is very basic, but that's okay. You know, they're just getting started. We go over to rewards and check this out. Watch content and earn more credits for each level unlocked. Now, before you read any further, I want to point out something, that these things that you can do to earn crypto on Odyssey are different from what you're going to see as a beginner, okay? Because I've kind of leveled up a little bit. So for some of these, the crypto is going to be less than what you will get, and some of these will actually be more than what I will get. You know, for you, I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about. But so 1,000 views required for level 5. And I have a current score of 556. So I've viewed roughly about 556 videos, up to 10 views per day count, and I get to claim 1 credit. Favorite 5: when creators repost other creators, it makes it a delicious shared audience fondue, whatever. Repost 5 of your favorite creators with a qualified channel. Invite people, and you get 1 crypto library credit for everybody that you do that to. And also they get crypto too. Converted creator, the more subs, the subway. So you actually get crypto for the more subs that you get. Yeah, weekly watch reward. You know, you get weekly crypto for watching videos. So that's pretty cool. And right here you can see content view tips in June. People giving me this much. Content views in May, people gave me this much. I mean, this is more semi money than what I earned when I was part of the YouTube partnership program that I got kicked out of because I didn't have enough subscribers. You know, I was making a quarter every year. I never got paid that quarter. So, you know, here it's adding up, you know, in really cool ways. And I highly recommend that you just join Odyssey and you know, maybe I'll leave a link in a below or something like that for you to check it out. But I love it. It's a great platform. You know, great people seem to run it. You gotta check out a few comments here. Yeah, it's crazy all around, but good to talk and text to people and good friends. Agree. Very good. Good accomplishment. I can't speak anymore. Good accomplishment, CB. Thank you. And the point of me sharing those is not so much to brag. You know, I haven't done anything terrific. What I am trying to point out is that if you do YouTube and you want to seriously actually have people look at your stuff, then please by all means consider joining Odyssey. You can actually do both, and you can see for yourself. So anyway, I'm going to cut this video short. I think I've run everybody off in one way or another. I wish you all a good night, a good day, and a good evening, wherever you may be. Just want to remind you to please be the tide that rises all ships, to be the change that you want to see. I believe that if you truly have righteousness on your side, that mighty forces will come to your aid. And as always, carpe diem, my friends. And I will see you in the next video as soon as I cue the music.